It's definitely more of growing pains. It's definitely Mac getting adapted and used to the NFL and kind of growing in his role as a leader on this team. And with time, he's going to get better. But he shows a lot of flashes in certain instances where you can tell he's going to be a good quarterback in the NFL. And to me, the biggest thing that showed that was his short term memory.
Yep.
Throws a pick six, and in the next series, throws a dime to Kendrick Bourne.
Mm-hmm.
That's what veterans do. There are some veterans in the NFL that can't do that. The second they have an interception or a turnover in general, they're rattled.
Oh
So
yeah.
for him to keep his composure and take this team into overtime, obviously it didn't go their way. I just think that Mac Jones and Bill Belichick, that relationship is only going to get better, and the chemistry with the receivers and the tight ends. Once you guys get a little bit more healthy on the defensive side as well, I think things are going to bode very well for you go forward.
Well, I think the thing that's going to help Mac the most is once they're able to get their offensive line completely healthy, I think he's going to be able to sit back in the pocket for most of the game without getting hit. They've been dealing with a lot of offensive line issues the last couple of weeks. I remember last week against Houston, they had 4 out of their 5 starters out due to injury on the offensive line. And they were able to find a way to beat Houston. And even in this game, granted, Dallas did definitely get pressure on Mac. There's no doubt about that.
Oh
But the
yeah,
fact of the matter is that despite the pressure that Mac is facing, he is making plays happen. And it's like you said, to be able to forget that pick six and you go after the guy that you just got picked off by and returned it for a touchdown, you go right back at him and torch him on a 75-yard bomb to Kendrick Bourne. Granted, he's a rookie and he's still got a long way to go. But the fact of the matter is, coming into this game, he was 5th in the league in completion percentage through the entire league. That's phenomenal. Granted, he's not throwing the ball 40, 50 times. It's not like they've just opened up the playbook for Mac and say, all right, carry us to the promised land by you just throwing the ball and being able to complete 40 out of 50 passes. It's not like that. But he's showing progression as far as reading the defense, making smart plays, not turning the ball over that much. Granted, he had the interception against Trayvon today, and he's had a couple interceptions to start the year. But there's a confidence about Mac that I'm very impressed by. And his pocket awareness for somebody that young is actually pretty solid. So as he develops, as he keeps kind of learning the ropes on how to be a more better quarterback, I think the sky's the limit for him. Granted, he's only a rookie and we're only 6 games into his career. But when you're 5th in the league in completion percentage this early on and you're not making a lot of stupid plays, you got to give the kid credit. I don't know if he's going to be potentially like the best quarterback in the league by next year. I'm not saying that, but he's definitely shown me that he's capable of being an above average quarterback in the very near future, if he's not even that already. So, granted, you take these losses in stride. They're going through their growing pains, but Mac did his thing. Even despite the fact that he threw that interception today, he came back and he bounced back in a huge way and at least gave them a chance. And you know what? To ask that for basically a kid in his early 20s, he did it pretty well today. So you got to give the kid credit.